So long story short, my wife came to me one day and said, I want to earn some silkies. Let's build a chicken coop. And I thought, yeah, why not? So we set out a little plot of land and we decided to build our coop next to our raised beds, which we'll make at some point in the future. We thought the walls of the chicken coop would form part of the fencing for the run around the place, and we did want access around the side to be able to clean everything out. So we had in our mind what we wanted it to look like. So we went through the process of trying to figure out what sort of materials we'd need, how many hangers, how far off the ground, what sort of access, front and back, how much ventilation we'd want, and also a bit of maths like Pythagoras' theorem to try and figure it all out. Kind of looked a little bit like this. Feel free to pause if you want. Now, being a deceased estate, it was full of trash. So we had our task set out for us to go and clean it up. So off we went to go get the forks and the tractor and see how much of this we could remove. And there was a fair bit of it. But as it turns out, tractors are pretty damn quick at removing stuff, so long as you don't die. With that out of the way, we had space to flatten it and see where we were going to put our coop, with our trusty helper, of course, Ronnie.
Second post hole. Oh, that's a deep hole.
With that all done, we set about cleaning up the timber for the pylons that the coop was going to sit on. A slow but rewarding process on a 40-degree day in the middle of summer.
So from what I understand, it's only cleaning when you're actually getting things clean, right?
Up next was using the laser level to get all the posts to the same height, and then simply chopping them off. At the bottom of the hole, the posts are actually sitting on bricks to give them support. Most of the timber that we used for the build was reclaimed for an old vehicle ramp that used to be here before and needed some straightening out. All stunts were done by trained professionals. Apart from not indulging in such foolish behaviour, it was all pretty straightforward from this point.
What if
Because we were using reclaimed timber, some of it was twisted, so what we ended up doing is parking the buggy on the other side and using the winch to pull everything straight. Worked a charm, after which we bolted down the yellow tongue and it secured everything nice and tight. So we chose yellow tongue because it's quite cost effective at $40 per length, and also waterproofed. It's at this point in time that we realised that when you measure twice, it all just starts
coming together.
We did give it a coat of Digger's in-ground timber protector to make sure it was definitely waterproof. You gotta be careful with these employers. Once one walks off, you never know, the rest might go. After the undercoat, we ended up painting it white just to seal it all in together. There they go, the rest of them staged to walk off.
Young Lisuars out for a walk.
The next thing to do was to square up the timber that we had. So we used a planer thicknesser. 1/2 turn represents about 2 millimeters of thickness. At this point, we decided to assemble the frame, and that was best done on a flat surface, so we used the chicken coop floor itself. For screwing the studs to the lintel and top plate, we used 150mm 14G bugle head screws with a pilot hole of 5.5mm.
Are you videoing?
After the small rain shower, I accidentally dumped the entire tarp worth of water on my wife, and then I decided that maybe I should make the chicken coop somewhere I could stay for myself.
Oh, you two. Killing me. Love it.
I must admit I was skeptical of the DeWalt FlexVolt system, but after using it, it's just as good as regular corded power tools.
It's a nice. It's cut of the wood.
With the rafters up and the battens down and some core flute attached, we thought that everything was going well.
Penis!
Nothing could go wrong. Well, shit, it's a wild one. Look at that. Boy, oh boy, were we wrong. That was extreme. With hailstones the size of walnuts and winds up to 100 kilometers an hour, it made short work of the roof. But with a bit of work, it was back up, holes and all. Up next was building the doors for egg and cleaning access. That's looking alright. Just like the drawing, right? That's all we got up to so far, but in the next video I'll run you through the inside of the coop and how the coop is going to function. Adios. Thanks for watching.